I think the biggest thing that we as men have a hard time grasping is that, with these women, they're gonna always go for the bigger, better deal, right? And I know a lot of men, we kind of think, man, but it's not all about money. It's not all about money. You're right. It's not all about money, right? But women always want to see you elevate, right? They never want you to be stagnant. And I'm not saying you should be doing all this for a woman. You should be doing all this for you. You as a man, you need to be showing up in your life the correct way, really putting yourself first. You can never become stagnant in your life. I don't care if you lose your job. I don't care if, what you got going on. You got to always be elevating when it comes to the gym, your finances, your purpose. You got to always constantly be going after it. Because let's be honest, if you are constantly elevating in every arena, what woman is going to leave you? Now, I can understand if she wants a relationship and you don't necessarily want that. Yeah. But in a general sense, what woman is going to leave a guy who's getting to the bag, who's in shape, who has social awareness, who has confidence, who's assertive? Who's going to leave that? Who's charismatic? A woman is not going to leave a guy like that. That's why you cannot be stagnant. A woman wants a man who is going somewhere. A woman wants a guy that has a plan, a bigger picture, who likes to lead.
It is something that's so sexy and attractive when a man just be a man. Like taking leadership, taking initiative, planning things, taking the load off. Like, it's so attractive. Like, you don't even gotta ask for it. You just be like, what you need? That's taken care of? You need that refilled? You got that you remember you had to do that? Like, and then it start making you look at men that can't even plan a date like they're crazy. Because if a man can't plan a date, baby, he can't plan a future.
I heard 50 Cent say earlier today, man, it was like a quote, something he said before. He was talking about how, like, man, when you put all the focus onto you, you continue to grind, you continue to lead the way, you continue to elevate in your life, now all the focus becomes onto you. And when you're not worried about what a woman is doing or what he got going on or why she not texting you back, when you're not worried about those things and you focused on your bigger picture, now everybody wants to focus on you. And that's all that I'm really trying to say, man. Because a lot of us, man, we be so tied up in a woman who don't want us, why she don't want us, and I'm giving up on women, and all women want is money. And the reason why you feel like that is because you easy to replace. You got to become so hard to replace, man. That's the mindset. Because the better you get, do you think Chris Brown is easy to replace? Do you think Lil Baby is easy to replace? Do you think Drizzy is easy to replace? That's why women love these guys, because they're not easy to replace. Now, I'm not saying that you got to be a superstar, but what I'm saying, the goal is to be as well-rounded as possible, right? If you say, for instance, right, you're trying to pick a kid to get into some special program, right? And you have a one kid, let's say kid one, say Tim. Say Tim has an A in math, but he has an F in social studies, F in science, F in F in everything else, right? But this other kid, let's say Joe, has a B in every area: math, science, social studies, writing, reading, all of that. Which kid would you pick? The one that has an A in math or the one that has a B in every area? Which one would you pick? You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm bringing up this point is because I think a lot of men, we be so locked into like, well, all women want is money, or it's not all about the money. You're right. It's not all about the money. It's about being as well-rounded as possible, because you're going to pick Joe, who has all B's, versus Tim, who just has an A in that one area, aka you got a lot of money in this one area, but yet you got no confidence, you got no social skills, you ain't got no swag, you're not fit, you either fat or you're super skinny, you know what I'm saying? Versus this other guy, he may not have as much as money as Tim, but he still makes good money. He has confidence, he's assertive, he got swag, he got social awareness. Which one would you rather be? Like, I was talking to my homie this morning. We was on the phone, we was chopping up, we was talking about how, like, man, like, even when we was in college, right? When we was in college, it didn't matter, right? Women don't care about our struggles. So women are still gonna go after men who's the better deal. You know, see, I really appreciate that I was in college back in 2012 when, you know, dating apps, they weren't as really much as a thing as it is now and different things like that. And I was actually in a college town. So I didn't have to compete with men who, you know, versus if you go to like University of Miami or these big schools that are in the downtown area where you're competing with grown men who have their shit together type of deal, right? The point of me bringing that up is like nowadays, man, men now that are in college, you have to compete with everybody in that city. So for instance, I live in Atlanta. So if you go to Georgia State, you know what I'm saying, or go to Georgia Tech, you not only got to compete with the men on your campus, you got to compete with the NBA players, the rappers, dudes like me. You got to compete with everybody in that city, and it sucks. But what you got to understand is women are going to always go for the bigger, better deal, because that's just how women are wired. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody going to feel sorry for you as a man. Don't nobody care about your struggles. The goal is to constantly always be getting better every single day. Getting my fitness on point, getting my finances on point, continuing to elevate my mindset, make sure my social awareness is on point, make sure my emotional intelligence is on point. You got to continually be rising every single day, because when you become stagnant, that becomes a problem, man. Women are turned off by stagnancy. You know, so my point to all the men out there is never get discouraged by women not wanting to rock with you. The common denominator is always you, because they rocking with somebody, right? The mindset needs to always be, how can I get better? How can I improve? That always has to be the mindset, because the better that you get in a sense of all areas, the harder you become to replace. So it's not going to be easy for a woman to let you go. So the higher you become in your life, the lower your rejection rate becomes. Because think about it. Like I said, with Chris Brown, how many women are going to really reject him compared to you? You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to replace Breezy. It's going to be hard to replace that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you got to look at it. You got to be so hard to replace, which means you're going to have to make your life hard. You're going to have to make your life hard, because if you're crying around and, oh man, I'm too ugly, no girl wants me, 2 girls rejected me, I just don't make enough money. If you're doing all that and the woman sees that, she ain't going to feel sorry for you. She going to go to the next dude who got it figured out. Women don't feel sorry for guys. They don't care. They're going to go for the BBD. And I'm not saying the BBD, but they're going to go for the bigger, better deal. And that's a fact. So like I say on every video, man, this is why we must continue to put ourselves first, man. All right, guys, that's my video for today, man. Appreciate you guys for coming over to the channel as always and showing love. And until the next time, guys, deuces.